Hello, my name is Jeremy, this is Red Beans Recording, and welcome back to another video going over the Teenage Engineering OP-1. What it does, what it can do, what it can't do, all the fun stuff in between. These videos are geared towards people that do not have an OP-1 or people that are just starting out with the OP-1. So if you are an OP-1 power user, you may not find this useful. That said, let's get into it, and in this video we're going to go over sampling. There are a couple different ways you can sample into the OP-1, and I think its strength actually lies in its ability to sample, and that keeps the device fresh and keeps you always coming back to be able to add new things to it and change up how it works. So first we're going to go over drum sampling. The drum engine is accessed by pressing this button right here, and it works by having a mono 44.1 AIF file that is a series of slices. And you can set the slice points by moving these things right here. And yeah, we're going to sample directly into it today. So you're going to hit this little button right here, and we're going to first sample from the line input using the iPad here. I have Alm loaded up, and I have a sample. And yeah, so let's play this, and you can see that we have a trigger, an input. This is going to be our input selection. We're going to use line in for right now, and it's just plugged in directly into the line in from the headphone out of the iPad. And so it's asking us to press a key to sample. So why don't we do that? Hold down the button to sample. It's in standby, and then I'm going to hit play. And it's done. Now, if we hit the drum engine button again, we're going to have a series of slices based on what the OP-1 thought the slices were. So we're going to adjust these a little bit using the in and out points. So there I have a breakbeat that oh my goodness, my aesthetic. There I have a breakbeat that I could assign to a sequencer and go to town on. And then you still have all the editing capabilities here in terms of how it plays back. That is one way to get stuff in there. If we go over to the synth and choose sampler, let's go ahead and load up a new sound in Alm. And we're going to do the same thing. Now if we hit this, we'll have our sample. And you can adjust the loops and all that stuff just like you could with any other sampled instrument. And you can adjust envelopes. So in this manner, you can directly sample stuff from line inputs directly into the thing. Let's go ahead and try the radio. So I'm going to unplug the iPad right here. I'm going to move this back down into my aesthetic range, something like that. And now you can sample from the radio without using the antenna. I bought this off of Amazon. You don't need to buy I'm going to get a copyright strike. So you can sample from the radio without using this antenna. I bought this off of Amazon. It's 1/8 inch just radio antenna. I think they're super cheap. You can get them on eBay as well. You can hear in a second that by switching to the radio input without this, I can still get radio signal, but we're going to use this just to get a clearer signal. Before we get into this, I'm going to show you that this is a new addition to one of the OS updates that happened a while ago. So if you see that I'm turning this knob here, I'm changing the radio frequency, the actual FM band that it's tuning into. And that's going to obviously give you different stations, but a lot of static in between as well. So what Teenage Engineering did is gave you the ability to press this and switch between major stations it can detect. So let's go ahead and sample this.
When others might look away, we step into act.
All right, so I just sampled that.
When others,
and again, you can slice this up. So you could slice that up and make whatever you want out of it. Same thing can be done over on the synth engine. In one of my previous videos, Nicotine, that I made, I sampled like a tiny second of Alice in Chains, and I got a copyright strike. So hopefully this video is not taken down, or I have to mute any of that audio. If it is muted, you'll know what happened. So the next way I want to show you how to sample is using the microphone. You can see here that I have gain, and my voice is probably coming through this now. You can hear me tapping on the mic. So we're in drum mode. Let's go ahead and go over to here. All right, so doot doot, and I'm going to sort of try to make a kit. Tss, ah, boom, ta, tink, boop. Now, if we're lucky, this would have sliced that up. Not really lucky. Yeah. Now, the same can be done over on the synth. So let's go ahead and try that. And you'll want to go ahead and set some loop points. You can hear that zero crossing snap. So you might want to find a way to get rid of it. That's not terrible. And then set your out point over here. Now you have an instrument, and of course you could change this to monophonic mode, change the portamento amount, and then you'd have like a solo instrument. So that's pretty cool. All right, what else can we do? Well, if we go over to the tape and we lay down a little beat real quick. Let's not use that. That's dumb. There we go. So we're going to go to track 4, where I like to put drums, and we're going to clear this off and set a loop point. We'll go over the tape in another video, I promise. And then we can go to track 3 by disabling record. There we go. And I can do this. Let's see. Let's go back to pad mode for this, which means polyphonic and no portamento. That sounds cool. All right. Go. All right, so we'll keep that playing. Go over to the drum. Turn this off. Here. Go back to this. Now, the ear is what's being played right now. What's actually the OP-1 is making sound. So I can sample this whole thing if I want to. Stop the tape, go back. And now I have a drum kit. Of what was on the tape that I was playing back. And obviously, depending on how you slice this, you can do some really cool stuff. I actually really like the way that sounds. Kind of sounds like the field. Okay, what else do we have in this? I think that's it. We have sampled from the mic. We have sampled from the radio. We've sampled from what you hear. And we've shown that you can sample onto the drum track and onto the synth track. What I have not shown you is that you can do all this directly onto the tape as well. So if that's your thing, so if I hit Shift plus the microphone input here. So if I have the microphone input selected like I just did, I can go over to the tape and go like this. I'm going to hold this down. I've been wondering how to record. I've been wondering how to record. So you can record directly to the tape, like a 4-track from an external surf thing. I think it's kind of cool that the OP-1 is basically also a digital 4-track, which is really dope. Obviously, I can record from the radio here too. If I hit Shift plus this, change my input, and then record in the same way by doing this and hit record. So just to recap, you can record, stop, from a microphone right here, or a microphone in. Radio, what you hear. The drum thing will auto slice. You may need to adjust your slice points. And then this will be either monophonic or polyphonic instrument. You can also record directly to the tape. And that is sampling on the OP-1. hopefully I didn't miss anything. If I did, please leave a comment and let me know. Thanks. See you in the next video. My name's Jeremy. This is Red Beans Recording. Take care.